everyone, and welcome to our informational webinar, Teaching in the USA with Educational Partners International. We are Educational Partners International, but we often call ourselves EPI for short, so I will be calling us that throughout today's presentation. My name is Jessica, and I work as a content coordinator for EPI. I am from the mountains of North Carolina, and before working with EPI, I taught English at the community college level, and I'm really excited to be working for a company that combines my passion for education with my passion for cultural exchange. Today I will be talking about what EPI does and how you can apply. We also want you to take this opportunity to ask any questions that you have regarding our process. You can ask us questions in the comment box and we will answer them throughout today's presentation. Please keep in mind that we won't be able to answer questions about your specific application for privacy reasons. All of those questions should be emailed directly to us at team@teachwithepi.com. So today's webinar is a general introduction to EPI. By the end of this presentation, we hope you will understand our mission and know the benefits both in program and after you leave the US. So the first question that most people have is, what is EPI? And you can answer this in a lot of ways, but first and foremost, EPI is a cultural exchange program that brings international teachers into the US to teach. Officially, EPI is designated as a sponsor for an exchange visitor program. We have become a world leader in cultural exchange, helping hundreds of teachers from around the world come to the US to teach. Teachers in our program are currently in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and Florida. While we work with schools across the southern United States, our home office is in North Carolina, which is about where the marker is on the map on your screen. We would love to know where you are from too, so please take the time to tell us in the comments, and wherever you are joining us from, thank you so much for watching. So in order to understand the importance of U.S. cultural exchange, you may need to know more about its history. Much of the cultural exchange movement in the United States was started by Senator J. William Fulbright. He was passionate about strengthening U.S. international relations and saw cultural exchange as a good way to accomplish this. You're probably familiar with his name because he created the Fulbright Program, which is a famous international education scholarship. After creating the Fulbright program, he developed and passed the Fulbright-Hays Act of 1961. The purpose of this act was to increase mutual understanding between the people of the United States and the people of other countries. The Fulbright-Hays Act led to the creation of cultural exchange programs like EPI across the United States. Educational Partners International is an exchange visitor program authorized to sponsor teachers for K-12 placement in public, private, and charter schools in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and Florida. We place teachers in all subjects taught in K-12 schools, so that means not only foreign languages and English as a second language, but also math, science, art, special education, elementary education, and many more. EPA offers cultural exchange opportunities specifically for teachers from other countries to come to the United States. Cultural exchange means that our teachers come to the U.S. to share their culture and then return to their home country so that they can share what they have learned while they were here. You will be able to do that through 2 cultural exchange projects that you will complete every year that you are an EPI teacher. The EPI program lasts for 3 years. After you have finished the program, you will return to your home country for 2 years. And those 2 years where you go back home are important because that is when you are really going to complete our cultural exchange mission. Of course, we want to help you come to the U.S. to share your culture, but we are also interested in you returning home and sharing your experience in the United States with other people in your home country. That is because EPI believes sharing knowledge across cultures and venues improves understanding among teachers, students, administrators, and members of the communities in which we live. This is the whole reason why we do this program. Your ability to bring your culture to the United States and then take U.S. culture back home with you is what true cultural exchange is about. Exchanging knowledge and information between cultures so that we can understand each other better as a global community. So, what does this kind of cultural exchange look like? Being an EPI teacher means that you will live and teach in the United States, fully immersed in U.S. culture, while sharing your culture with your students here. Today, we have a couple of examples of the projects our teachers have created to share their culture with their U.S. communities. One of our teachers from Panama made a presentation for her students about crafts in her country. She then gave them the opportunity to make their own paper mola, which she displayed in the classroom. For their school's International Night, EPI teachers from the Philippines created a presentation displaying Filipino games, landmarks, food, and clothing. They also taught participants about historical figures from their home country. So as you can see, we provide many opportunities for you to share your culture with your school here in the United States, and there are many different ways that you can do this. You will have the ability to find what you are truly passionate about and share that with your students. Now that you have more of a background on who we are and what we do, it's time to talk about what benefits you get from participating in our program. So, the most obvious benefit is that you will get to encounter new cultural experiences, experience life in the US, and share your culture with people who would not normally experience it. Your students here may not know very much at all about life in your home country, and you will get to share things with them that they would have never known otherwise. By doing this, you have an opportunity to make a positive impact for students all over the world. Also, one of the most important things that we offer you is personal and professional support during your time here in the United States. We think teacher support is a major part of this whole process and one of the most important things that we do. We are invested in your success, so we are available as a resource for you even after you arrive in the United States. As soon as you are placed in a school, one of our dedicated and trained support team members will contact you to help guide you in the process of moving to the U.S. The relationship between you and the support team is an important one and will continue throughout your time as an EPI teacher. They will be able to provide you with personal development resources as well as one-on-one instructional and cultural coaching. At EPI, we understand that American students need the international perspective that teachers like you bring, and we are dedicated to doing all we can to help you deliver it. EPI is a program that not only provides benefits while you are here, but also when you return to your home country. The experiences and professional development that you will have while in the United States is something that you will carry with you your whole life. Once you are done with our program, you will be able to go home with a new perspective that will enrich your personal and professional life. Also, participating in this program means that you are now a world educator. You are a teacher who has taught students from multiple countries all over the world. Experiences like these are truly life-changing, and you will not be the same kind of teacher that you were before you came here, which we consider to be one of the major benefits of participating in our program. Before we finish talking about the benefits that EPI has to offer, here is what some of our teachers have to say about their time in the United States. Alderine from Jamaica says, I recommend EPI to all educators seeking a new and fulfilling experience. Christian from Mexico says, I have had to overcome some challenges, but EPI has supported me with a yes attitude. We also have a video of Abraham from El Salvador sharing his story. So this is what he has to say about his experience with EPI.
Hi, my name is Abraham. I'm from El Salvador and I teach Spanish 1 and 2. I've been teaching for 12 years in El Salvador, but when I realized about the API program, I said, I'm going to apply to this program because if there is something that I really like doing in life is meeting people. I saw this as a great opportunity not only to go and teach in a new country, but also to experience the culture. And I'm enjoying this. When teachers come here, they have a different cultural background, educational background. You have to make some adjustments according to students' interests, according to students' behaviors, according to students' attitudes. And even though that could be a challenge, that's a great opportunity for you to grow personally, professionally. And this is what the program is about, knowing about people's culture. You are giving students the opportunity to know about many things because you realize that most of the time students haven't traveled out of the United States. So that gives you a chance for you to let them know that there is something beyond the county you are teaching in. Today I'm going to present my students a little bit about El Salvador. I will be presenting them some specific places. I will be talking about El Salvador's volcanoes, mountains, beaches, and some archaeological sites. I will be giving them some information and inviting them to not only know about El Salvador, but it would be great if they could visit my country in the future. And besides that, I will also be talking about the typical costume of El Salvador. This is actually the kind of costume our ancestors used to wear. It represents happiness, it represents people's joyfulness. I'm just trying to honor and to respect my ancestors from El Salvador. Sharing culture is important because it makes people more empathetic about other places, other languages, other people's traditions. Since I believe that we cannot live in isolation and we live in a globalized world, if you learn from people, it's actually rewarding and it's amazing.
To hear more from our teachers, visit our Facebook page. We have posted several videos of our teachers talking about their cultural exchange experiences. We also post teacher stories on our website, teachwithepi.com. Okay, now we will be taking the time to address your questions. If you have not submitted yours yet, please ask them now. We will be answering all of your questions in the comment section today. So here are some of the most common questions we get at EPI. Lots of applicants want to know how long the EPI program is, and EPI is a 3-year program. People also ask, is there an application fee? So the answer is no, there is no application or placement fee. There are other costs associated with your application, such as the cost of obtaining your diploma or transcripts, but EPI will never charge you an application or a placement fee. Another question we often get is there an age limit? So no, there is no age limit to participate in the EPI program. As long as you meet our basic requirements, you can join the program regardless of your age. So some of those requirements are that you are currently teaching with at least 2 years full-time teaching experience, you have the equivalent of a U.S. bachelor's degree, and you have advanced English skills. We also have some other questions that have been on our applicants' minds more recently. Most candidates want to know, is EPI still accepting applications? So yes, EPI is continuing to accept and process applications. If you are interested in teaching in the USA with us, you are able to start your application and then later you can put it on hold if you need to. There is no obligation to continue your application once you have started. For more information about what our application process looks like at this time, please email our admissions team at team@teachwithepi.com. Another question that applicants have is, can I put my application on hold? And yes, you are always welcome to put your application on hold if you do not think that this is a good time to continue. You can then choose to resume your application at a time that is better for you and your personal situation. Finally, our applicants have been wondering, how does EPI support teachers during times of uncertainty or emergencies? So EPI always prioritizes the safety of our program members and provides support for any situations that may arise while they're in the United States. For example, since the outbreak of COVID-19, we have been monitoring the situation, providing detailed guidance for our teachers, and operating at a normal capacity so that we can be available for all of our program members. So now that you know more about us, the question is EPI right for you? Here we have listed some of the basic requirements for our program. EPI teachers must have a bachelor's degree. They must have at least 2 years full-time teaching experience, be currently teaching, and have advanced English skills. So if that sounds like it applies to you, go to teachwithepi.com and start your application. As you can see in the picture, the first step is to go to our website, teachwithepi.com. Once you are there, you will scroll down until you see the orange button that says Apply to Teach in the USA. After you answer the eligibility question and click Submit, you will be able to make an account with your email address and start your application. If you have already started your application but have questions about how to continue, please email us at team@teachwithepi.com. In closing, I would like to share this quote from J. William Fulbright that I feel illustrates the importance of cultural exchange education. We must try to expand the boundaries of human wisdom, empathy, and perception, and there is no way of doing that except through education. Much like Fulbright talks about here, at EPI we hope to expand the understanding of U.S. students by giving them the opportunity to learn from teachers like you. Okay, that's all for today, everyone. If you are interested in viewing our previous videos or signing up for our upcoming webinars, go to teachwithepi.com/webinars and sign up for our mailing list. Also, be sure to follow us on Facebook to learn more about upcoming events, as well as to hear more from our current teachers. If you have any more questions, be sure to email us at team@teachwithepi.com. On behalf of everyone at EPI, thanks for joining us and have a great day, everyone.